Okay, welcome in everybody. How's the audio? That sounded really loud, but the music sounded, I don't know. I'm okay. Everybody? All right. Hey, Bill. Hey, Ed. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, everybody. Getting an early start today. I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited about everything. But I'll tell you this, if you ever have a root canal, it's been a long time since I had one. I'm going to tell you how to prepare for it. You need to find you a dentist that will write you a prescription of Halcyon. Okay. You take one Halcyon prescription pill 30 minutes before your appointment and make sure you get someone to drive you. I did not have someone to drive, but I got there and sit in the parking lot. And then I sit in the parking lot a couple of hours after it was over till I was all ready to go again. And then make sure they put you on the nitrous oxide on the funny gas, right? The laughing gas. And then if you'll get headphones like these, with your phone and everything, back during the day, we had to use like a Walkman. I think when I had it, I think there were CDs during the time though, and put you on some Def Leppard. So Halcyon, Def Leppard, and nitrous oxide. And to me, it was probably one of the best 5 experiences of my life. Easy. I mean, Doc was like, okay, this may be a little uncomfortable. I said, uncomfortable? Are you kidding? I said, you do whatever you want to me. I was having a time. I was having a ball. And for some reason, my left hand goes up, my left arm goes way up in the air and just stays there, and they have to keep putting it down. And I'm like, it's like I'm at a concert, man. And I'm having the time of my life. So anyway, kind of fun if you ever have that. All right, so let's get into the market stuff. I've got an exciting day. I'm pumped, y'all. I'm really pumped. And I'm thinking, now maybe I'm wrong. We're going early today. I've got another acupuncture appointment today. And when Alabama lost over the weekend, I was upset, but I think I was more balanced. Beth, was I more balanced after the Alabama loss? She said, not really. But I normally can't sleep after an Alabama loss. I mean, I toss and tumble, but it didn't bother me that much. I'm like, home daddy daddy, home daddy daddy. I was kind of grim, and I got a lot of work done over the weekend. Went to a band competition, and here's what I worked on the whole time. People said, what are you writing, Bob? And I said, you wouldn't believe it if I said it. So let me just show you my notes. Here's my notes. This is from Saturday. So on Saturday, I'm sitting there and I'm talking about portfolio metrics, right? 10, 15, 22. Yeah. Thanks, Ed. Sorry, son. I'm sorry. Congrats on the Tennessee win. Hey, you need to congratulate the officials. Did y'all see that with 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go? Tennessee threw an interception, and they called the most egregious penalty called pass interference. Alabama intercepted the ball, run it back to like their 30-yard line. We would have won the game. It was over. But no, little Mr. Official had to come in. Did y'all know that Alabama, at the time I was listening to the broadcast, had 17 penalties? Not only was that a University of Alabama school record, that was a Nick Saban record. Most penalty ever in a Nick Saban coach team. So, and that same officiating crew was suspended or fined or something like a couple years ago. I saw it. Anyway, I was watching some of those calls, and Tennessee had 12 men on the field. How hard is it if you're a official to count the number of people that they got on the field? They had 12 men on the field. Was there a penalty? Well, hell no. So anyway, it's just, well, thank you, Stacy. It's not important to you, and you just tell your friends to buzz off. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm a little salty. All right, so here's what I wrote. Okay, if y'all can't read my chicken scratch, which I think, Stacy, would you agree? I've got a girl's writing. A lot of people say, Bobby, that is beautiful handwriting. It's kind of like a girl's writing. People say my signature is like a girl, and anyway, y'all know what a girl writing is. They write pretty, and boys write chicken scratch. All right, revelations. Here's a revelation I had in Harris County, Georgia over the weekend. If my buying power metrics are fluid, so in other words, if we're going to change the amount of buying power limits that we're going to use when VIX changes, well, so should metrics for delta and theta be fluid as well. Now, here's what took me a ton of time on. So here's the Tasty Trade metrics, right, of buying power. So less than 15, max 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. So, the tasty metrics on theta are, used from 0.1% to 0.5%. So it was really easy for me to figure this out. I said, yeah, there's probably not a lot of times that we're going to be up here at 0.5 or over 40 or even here, right? And then I remember Ed being more, I was like, God, Ed's more aggressive than I am. He put this number at 0.3. I've been using 0.25, right? But I thought, damn Ed, let's go with him, right? LSU fan. So here we go. So then I said, okay, well, I can do that easy, right? We got 5 different levels here. Let's just, kind of move and make them a little fluid. So the more volatility is, you would expect theta to go up. And then I said, you know what? Let's figure out something. So the tasty metrics on delta are 200 to 400, 2 to 4, right, on $100,000 accounts, which is 0.2% or 0.4%. I have been using 0.15%. But, in this high elevated environment, I go, well, I can even pop that up if necessary. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to go up to these levels, but I want to allow my account, I want to take a little more risk if VIX is in the 30s. I want to be able to use a little more delta. I want to be able to use a little more theta to achieve our goals. Since we can use more buying power, it only makes sense that our delta usage and theta usage can increase as well. So these are the numbers I came for. Now, this is an unhappy LSU fan. Okay, so this is what I programmed into the latest version of the spreadsheet. Now, as you well know, the latest version of the spreadsheet is not supposed to come out till January. But I'm telling you, now that I'm acupuncture and I've got holes in my ears and I got all kind of stuff going on, and they're putting holes in my feet and stuff, I'm a balanced human being. Home daddy daddy, home daddy daddy. So I was able to put this together in a really neat thing. And I came home and I told Ed yesterday, I'm in the lab and I'm not coming out until it's over. And I thought it would probably take me, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours to program the spreadsheet. And I'm sitting there going, I'll be on this all day. Ed, I probably had it done less than an hour when I messaged Ed. I mean, I'm sitting there going, what is wrong with me? Was I not, Ed? I was fast.
Yeah, you were quick, Bobby. I basically read the message, and a few minutes later, you were out of the lab.
Yeah, I was out of the lab. So, I don't know. I was fast. So I don't know if this acupuncture has anything to do with it. So here, and I've made some notes. Tasty delta metrics are 200 deltas to 400 for $100,000 accounts. So 0.002 to 0.004. I have been using 0.0015 times your net lit. Right? Tasty theta metrics, 0.1 to 0.5% of net lit, blah, blah, blah. I've been using 0.1 to 0.25. It goes 0.3. So I just said, okay, I need 5 levels. Look at there. That's just kind of simple. So all of this is experimental and not final. So if you are using the brand new spreadsheet, then make sure you are aware that all of this stuff is programmed in. If you want to keep the old stuff, then keep the old stuff. If you want to keep, 0.015 on your deltas, this is just it's permission. I'm not saying you got to go this high, right? On your buying power or your deltas or your theta. I'm just saying you have the permission to go that high, right? Dwayne says, as VIX increases, won't span margin increase and therefore permit about the same number of trades. Yeah. So, span margin increases, right? And so as span margin increases, you and I will be using more buying power with our existing trades, right? And so we just want to kind of keep it less than 50%. And when that happens, what happens to the market? If volatility is going up, that means the market is going down. So what happens to our deltas as the market goes down? Our deltas increase. So as our deltas increase, well, this is the natural, right? It just made sense to me. Hey, this is a huge revelation. If we're changing our metrics for buying power, well, don't we need to change our metrics over here and let these be fluid? Does anybody disagree with me? If you do, use the old metrics. No big deal. No big deal at all. So let me just show you the spreadsheet and show you some of the changes we made. Okay, because this is kind of cool. Spreadsheet. Let me get up the new one. Here's the new one. And this is being rolled out to all Muscadine Mafia members. So if you're a Muscadine Mafia member, you should have a link to the spreadsheet. If you are using a Mac, I will upload it on Google, whatever, Drive and Google Sheets, and you should be able to have it there. But I wanted to show you the new stuff. So here's one of the new things, is that instead of this saying naked put, it now says naked. Okay, so it says naked. All right, why is that important? Well, what if you want to sell a naked call? Right? You want to sell a naked call, you know, I don't have it say a naked put here. So you can put here and naked here, right? So that's one of the changes. The other change is, well, it's not a change, it's kind of cool. I was helping Matt last night. After him, Beth got off the phone because they talk all the time. Beth and Matt get off the phone, so Matt had a little time for me. So I was helping Matt get his spreadsheet set up. And so he said, Bobby, can I put strangles in here? I said, absolutely. So we even tested it. So you can just put strangle here. Now, it doesn't have it under strategy, right? But if you'll put naked here and just put, you know, puts or whatever, it doesn't matter which one you put here. Oh, I guess you could put both there, right? Put both, yeah, both, because it'd be a strangle. And then just call it a strangle here. It actually does calculate the correct debits and credits for strangles. So you can use this for strangles as well. Now, my next revision, I may actually add strangles if enough of y'all want it here, you know, to go, what's the, what do I want to do? I want to do naked or strangle or what? I may put strangle in if there's enough of y'all that, you know, wants that. Okay. Questions so far? Everybody good and happy on the changes? All right. So here's where the big change came, is on the Greeks and ratio page. Yeah, I made a simple change that this buying power little thingy now populates as soon as you put in the VIX. And what's the VIX for today? Probably about the same. What's the, you'll have to look at the VIX future, I guess.
Yeah, it's down a little. VIX futures are at 31.15.
Okay, so let's put 31 in. And so now that should populate this, right? So as soon as this goes in, it'll populate that, which is kind of cool, right? So rather than having the NetLick do it to populate that, now this is, so that's a small change. Now, all of these theta numbers and all these are now dynamic, right? So I added a column that gives you the max theta based on what IV is. So with IV at 31, you can use 0.4% theta. And now buying power, no changes here, right, is 40%. And then the max deltas are not calculating because we don't have in our, I need to say if this is blank, if deltas are blank, that's blank, but no big deal. So let's go ahead and work on this account real quick, Bob. So, well, let's look at the market first. Look at this, y'all. We're still making overnight highs. Is this incredible? 1.66, see the little blue thing, because we are still in the Globex session. We're still in the overnight session. This is the first time that you and I have done a session pre-market, which is kind of cool, right? Now you're saying, Bob, where is the AD? We don't have an AD line until the market opens. AD doesn't start formulating until the market opens. And then AD also will stop formulating at 4 p.m. Eastern, right? So AD is not even in the picture. And you see the anemic pre-market open volume is just nothing, right? But the market is up, overnight highs. Kind of cool looking at the volume profile though. Look where the battle is being waged. So we have gone from fair value to oversold to overbought, back to oversold. So now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. If I look at the chart, it looks bullish to me. Looks like we definitely want to go back to the point of control. Looks like we could easily have a new point of control here. And then with this being oversold, we would anticipate a move back into this area where volume has not been tested, which would also be a fair value zone. But what do I know? I'm just thinking it might go up. Doesn't really matter what I think. Look at our little friend, the linear regression channel. Not much to glean here. Big up day, big down day, volume increasing. That means stuff is happening, but market up, market down, market up, market down. So I believe that we have much farther down to go. I mean, I don't even think we have begun to reach lows in this market. A lot of people say we've reached the bottom. I don't think so. But in the short term, I could easily see us popping back to this before we start crashing. Well, we could crash early. I mean, I don't think crash, but I think just a continual move down in the markets. All right, so let's go and see how our little account is doing. How you doing, little account? So let's see, Crimson account. There you are, little sweetheart. Here we go. So remember, we got a lot of new stuff that we got going on based on our latest assumptions, right? So let's see what our net lick is if my phone ain't dead. Because I forgot to plug it up last night. Well, I didn't forget. I was too lazy. I was laying there going, oh, if I have to reach down in that floor, I may just fall off the bed. So I didn't do that. Let's see. So how do I get into my account? And why don't it recognize my face anymore? Unbelievable. Put my password in. Just unbelievable. All right, here we go. So our account, let's see, in the Crimson account, we are at 26. Stacy, your grandkids ain't even up, so we won't be able to, they won't be able to hear the music. I'm sure they still sleeping. 10, what's the day? 17/22. And we are at 26, 421.04, baby. I believe that deserves some
Well, we're
Jefferson.
moving on now.
That's too
To
loud.
the side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Let me blow you out. All right, so let's go to the other count too. Now, the other count, we don't quite have the new spreadsheet going yet. So this has got an old spreadsheet. So it feels a little bit neglected. Let's see how we're doing here. Here we go. 10, 17, 22, and here we are at, let's play it again. Did I blow you on that? Let's play it again. It is fun playing it. You got to admit, 102,477 even, baby. 102,477. Let's go.
Well, we're moving on now. To the side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
All right, let's go get our grades. 29.64. Okay. So new spreadsheet says 29.64 Gregson ratios. 29.64. We expect that to happen because as market goes up, our deltas get lower. We could be as high as 79. So see how that number went up, right? Our max delta has now increased. Where's my max delta number? Okay, it automatically doesn't show a percentage. It just automatically calculates. All right, let's see what our little theta is. Our max theta is 0.4 now instead of 0.25 with this. So we're at 56.77. So you and I are going to take a little bit more risk, right? We're going to feel good about taking more risk. Now, which columns do you fill? I always make it blue, right? The stuff that you have to fill in is blue. Everything else don't touch when you spreadsheet. That goes back to this as well, right? Fill in the blue, it'll calculate the rest of the stuff. All right, so let's go back into this. So we're at 56, so we're at 0.21. Well, Bobby, I'm not going up 0.4. You don't got to. You fine, baby. You ain't got to do that. Right? So how much buying power pair are we using? We're using 7, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2. All right. So we're using 26%, 27%. We could be at 40. So everything is green, y'all. Now, I have not worked on the decision tree because, how shall I say this? I don't know if the decision tree is as good as what we've done in the past. I may have to look at the decision tree. Okay. I didn't put any time in the decision tree, but let's see what the decision tree would tell us to do on a day like today. Decision tree says that the market is up. See if I like what the decision tree says. Okay, so the market's up. Decision tree says don't make a trade, Bobby. And you know what? I'm glad it's telling me that because I don't want to make a trade. Not going up. Not in this market when I think we're going down. Ain't no heck in God's name that we're going to do that. All right, so then it says, do I have a 65% winning trade? Now, y'all, things have changed. And we owe it to Stacy. You know, I was sitting there talking to Matt last night. He goes, well, you know, Bobby, he said, I don't know if you know this, but Stacy's been saying that for, I said, will you shut up? Will you just, I don't want to hear that Stacy's been saying that for a while. We know Stacy said it, and I didn't listen. What are you grunting at, Beth? Beth? She's just grunting. Okay. So we knew that Stacy was saying this over and over, and I just didn't listen. We didn't listen to Stacy. So that's my fault. So kudos to Stacy. She was telling us that we need to get out, okay? And or to leave our debit spreads on a lot longer. So now just because I have a 65% winning trade doesn't mean anything to me. So as I go over here, let's go to our groups and just show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I mean, y'all, we've got all kind of trades up here that are 100s, 35s, and put debit spreads. We got all kind of garbage going on. That's just, living the life of Riley. We ain't got nothing down hardly. Look at this. Well, a couple things are down a little bit, right? So I'm like, well, what does this mean in this newfound territory that you and I find ourselves in? Okay. So, well, what could we do? Well, number one, do we need to do anything? Well, let's go back to our Greeks and ratios. This tells a story. This, don't even worry about the decision tree. This should tell our story. Okay. How are we on theta? Well, we're good. We want 0.1. We could go as high as 0.4 in this volatile environment. God, my gosh, we're good. There's nothing to do. So how about our deltas? Well, we could be high 79. There's nothing to do. Everybody with me? How about your buying power, Bob? Well, my buying power is good. There's nothing to do. Well, Bobby, what about you got stuff expiring or something like that? Don't you need to take off risk? I don't know. Let's look. So if I were to go and how I normally would figure out what I'm going to do in my other account, here's what I do. I lump them by days. Yeah? And I go, okay, let's see what we got here. So we got 14 days left. And I got a 3440, 3500, 3640. It's not as hard. It's not as easy to see here. So in my 14 days, it's probably easier to go to my longs first. 3770, 3720. That's a put debit spread, right? I got a 3690, 3640. That's a put debit spread. And then I got a 3500 and a 3440. These little monsters right here are what? Ed, say the word this morning and yell it to your wife. Ed, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are these, Ed?
Naked puts.
I just want to hear you say naked, Ed. That's all I wanted for this morning.
It felt like a trick question.
It did, didn't it? So you're sitting there going, okay, well, let's see, made $50 on it today. It's down $250. Okay, 78 days, it's down $51. Would you close either one of these? Well, Bobby, you're getting into that, by God, 14-day gamma risk, you fat black glassware, 9-toed son of a gun. Well, would you close it? Well, again, what does the portfolio say? Let's go to here. What does this say? Portfolio is not telling me to do a dang thing. It's not saying close anything. I mean, I don't know how a portfolio could get any more delta neutral. I got 29. I've got beautiful, even under our old parameters, we're fine here. And look at our buying power. Why in the name of the Lord would I even close anything? I don't see it. Let's look. Dwayne brought this up today. Well, Bob, don't you need to look at what you call your risk? Okay, let's look at it. Risk, high simulation, single symbol, blah, 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 blah. All right, that looks pretty darn good to me, don't it, y'all? I mean, I got a little mountain going up as I go to the left. And we know we could go to the left. But I like the mountain of this first expression. I just don't think I need to do anything to close anything. There's no metric that is in jeopardy of me doing it. So this is a little bit of a departure from what we do, but this is what I've been doing in the Tasty account. Now, watch it all go to hell as I start doing it in this account, which it probably will, because I'm the worst trader on the planet. So, but does that mean that I'm not going to do anything? Well, no. Are you kidding me? On a move up, what do we do, y'all? On a move up, what do we do? Y'all still sleeping? A
Buy
new
put debit
111?
spreads. Buy put debit spreads.
Okay, Bill, let's split that up. I don't want to sell more premium because I got plenty. As long as I'm over 0.1, Matt, shut your mouth. Matt says sell calls. Matt, are you on the phone with Beth right now? She's talking to somebody. Oh, you're not? Okay. I didn't know Matt was here. That's good to see you, Matt. Matt's like, Bobby Stacy's been telling us. I was like, Matt, will you just shut up? So yeah, Ed, I think Ed's got it here, y'all. We're gonna buy a put debit spread. Why? Because I can. And because it's a great day when volatility is going down and when the market is going up. Now, I hope everybody realizes that, right? Now, let me go back and say this to Bill. Bill, if you want to do a new 111, do it. If your portfolio is screaming that you need theta, do it. Now, a lot of people won't do it because they'll say this, well, the market's up, God, Bobby, almost 2%. You'd be stupid to do one. Not with 31 VIX. Come on, can I get an amen? Not with a 31 VIX, you wouldn't be stupid. Now, maybe if VIX was 15 and the market was up 2%, yeah, you'd be stupid to put on a 111. Okay, bye, baby, be careful. But you wouldn't be stupid doing this with a 111 at a VIX 31. Now let's stop here. Any questions? Yeah, exactly, Bill. So Bill has a really, really great idea. If his account is less than 0.1% and he's still building his little empire, yeah, do one, baby, do a whole thing. I would not just do the naked, I do the whole thing, right? But if you have sufficient data and all your metrics are good and everything's fine, why do you not want more theta when the max is 40% and you are at 21%? Let's see, why do you not want more theta when the max is 40.4%, 40% and you are at 21%? Okay, I see this. Yeah, I do want more theta. I could have more theta. I don't need more theta. Now, that's a great question, Dwayne. Now, what happens if we get a drop later today? You know how the market's bipolar. Just cause it's up down don't mean it's going to be up in an hour. So Dwayne, I'm waiting, and my assumption is the market has much farther down to go. I want more theta. My theta will naturally increase tomorrow or the next day when the market goes down, and I will add to my theta position then. Yes. So what I'm doing now is I'm building a wall of hedge to the downside. That's all I'm doing. I'm using part of my theta to purchase a hedge. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, I do want this higher, but I'm at a really good point. And now if I was at 0.1%, would I buy the hedge today? No, but my theta's fine. I just don't want to be greedy. And my assumption, market assumption is market's going to go down. Market got much farther down to go. So why don't I do a put debit spread? And then tomorrow, if we get a 1% or 2% down move, I could sell a put in that same expiration and match them together. Or I could do a full 111 or 112 tomorrow. Do you see how we got all kind of options? So we don't even need a decision tree anymore. We need this. We need this and market movement to tell us what to do. This is a departure, y'all. This is a departure from what we normally do, because y'all know what we would otherwise do. We would go in here, we would group our trades. I don't even know if we need grouping anymore. And we would go, well, hello, 150%. Hello, lady. I am closing you. We will be done with you. 14 days. We're going to take that off. We're going to take our $83. Now I don't see it happening. Because what? Let's analyze the 11118. Okay, 11118. What do you look like? 11118. Would you close that trade? I don't know. Let me put it on today's date. There's a 17. Huh? Would I close that trade? I don't know. It could go down a whole another 5% in the market. And everything would be just fine. So I think I'm trying to replicate, y'all. I'm trying to replicate what I did in the Tasty account where I just eyeballed. I wasn't going in and looking at individual trades. I wasn't going in. So this is a huge departure from what we were doing. I kind of like what Stacy told us, and she probably won't talk, but she'll chat if we got an issue, right? But Stacy would say, yeah, but I don't see why you close those shorts either. Why would you? Leave it on. Your risk is okay. Plus, I'm going to build another put debit spread today and build my mountain behind it. So let's see if we can get filled in the put debit spread. All right. So let's see, rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Don't forget how to do it. Clear this. Clear, clear, clear. All right, where are we going? Look at us, y'all. We got 60. Is it 60 days today or 61? Sometimes this is off. Let me see. If it's 60, I'm going 60. Yeah, 60. You just ended up updating over here. All right, so let's go to 60 days, which will be here, December 16th, our first position. And we're gonna go long put vertical, bit of wide. I ain't gotta worry about overlapping stripes or nothing. I can just do my thing. Let's go down. $10. $10. There it is. So looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get filled this early. It's kind of, I don't normally trade this time of day, but we will see. If there's anybody out there that's on a fishing boat willing to take our order. Now, if we can't get filled here, do it later today. No big deal. See if I can- Okay, we're filled at 10 to 4. All right, so let's put our trade in. Activity. Now, here's what I'm going to recommend too. And if you don't want to do this, fine. I think now that we're managing more on portfolio metrics than individual trades, I think I would start entering on this one. Right? So I would go MES, one tranche. Yes, I can name him if I have to, but I don't think I need to anymore. I really don't. But we'll call him PDS3. PDS3. And he's the 3360, 3330 puts. I said puts. It's a debit spread. City days. And 10, 17, 22. And let's see if we'll do the same thing over here. So we got to put him in first. Here. Trade, city days, 36, 3360, 3310. 3360. Buy him, hold your control key down and sell the 3310. And 10 and a quarter is where it's marketing. Let's get that sold or bought 10 and a quarter. Ta-da! Let's go put him in. Should be 54.19. Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? So we built a little bit of a hedge. Now, did it really mess my Greeks up that much? Let's go see. Let's put him in a group first. Everybody needs a group. That's why we love trader nerds. We like family. PDS3. All right. So let's see what it did to my metrics. Now the market's moved and changed. Let's see what it did. Did it do anything? Well, my theta, my deltas are 28.36. A little bit less, right? My theta was 56.80. 55.90. 56. I mean, so it's almost like didn't do a whole lot. But what it did do is in my analyze tab, it's going to make my mountain just a little higher back here. And we got 60 days for that beautiful little trade to mature. I can sell a naked put to go with it. I could do a whole 1-1-1. I can do whatever I want to, but I got me a little hedge on the downside and all my Greeks look really, really good. Bill says, I believe with the news from the UK that the market will react higher. Good. Go higher. And we'll be fine either way, right? All right. Any questions on that little management there? All right, let's go to the second account. See what we can do over here. So we know that. Let's see what our Greeks are over here. Are y'all excited? I mean, I couldn't sleep last night. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid, baby. Hey, we're gonna get here the opening bell together. Look at us. Let's go to the other one. This one. Yeah. All right, so our delta's here, 110.99. Keep in mind, we don't have the new spreadsheet here. VIX is what we said, 31 around. And my theta is a beautiful 236.89. Are you kidding me? Wow. Waka waka. Look at that. 0.23. Ah. Fine pair is 26.372. Okay. So could be as high as 154. That's old stuff. I'm still good over there. Look at this, y'all. 0.23. Everything's perfect. I got green, 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 even under the old system. So what am I gonna do over here? I mean, I've even got so much theta over here, right? I could probably do 2 put debit spreads. But y'all, why do that? No, it's just a little hedge to the downside. No big deal. So why don't we do the same thing that we did in the other account? Let's go get him. Come here, little fella. And go field order. We'll do a duplicate order. Create a duplicate. Change my account. And see if it's going for a 10. Let's try to fill it 10. Come on, baby. Fill me. Fill me. Order. Okay, let's go put him in. And I am going to try to get this all transferred to the new spreadsheet today, but we'll put him over here. So MES, one tranche, we'll call him PDF 4, 1, PDS 4, put debit spread 4, 3360, 3310, puts debit spread 60 days, 10, 17, 22. And what was it, 10 and a quarter? Yeah, 54.19. Let's go put him in his group, and then we'll look, we will look at the other count, because I've never really showed how I manage the other count. So let me show you how I've been doing. Put our groups in over here. I feel bad though, because y'all, we ain't gonna be doing as much hello ladies. Look, it's killing me not to closing 160% winner. It's killing me not closing a 370% winner. Let's put this in PDS 4. Move the group. Add a group. PDS 4. PDS 4. Wasn't it 4? Yeah. Not sure. Did I call that 3 or 4? PDS 4. Okay. So let's look over here. Here's how I would do it in the Tasty account. So I'd take off my groups, since I don't use groups over there. And I would look at everything by day, right? And I get it. Okay, so we got some 4-day stuff here. Oh, this is Problem Child. This is Problem Child. Oh, I love it. All right, let's look at Problem Child. So if I were to, we need to look at him, don't we? Okay, so 34.75. If I were to close them, create closing order, how much would that cost me? That would cost me $316.32. Oh, I love it. Problem Child, 316. It would cost me $316.32. Right? $316.32. So my debits would be $13.14. I would have made $400 on this trade. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's look at the, what was it, 11121st, is it? That's the Trouble Child here. Come on. Come here, Bob. Come here. Hold on, I'm in the wrong one. 11121st. Yes, so let's go look at that put debit spread and see what it looks like. Put debit spread 11121st. I got a group. Hold on. So group. But if your metrics are low, as in few positions on, a 112 is probably better to initiate in your account. You could also do a PDS and a 111 today as a compromise and sell the next put on future weakness. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Bill, if you don't sell the next put today, when would you do it? Hey, we'll get a big old down move, right? Match it up. Or do a full another 112. So let's group them. So we can go check out our 112, see if we're losing money on that put debit spread. So analyze, we'll go to 112 or 11121st. No B. Hey. So if I close it now, I'm gonna make $562. If we wait, we could get $600, right? So, even if we go up 5%, y'all, I mean, we're still going to make money. I just don't see this being a big deal. What happens tomorrow? 562. So we got huge theta in this thing. I don't know. I mean, you could take that off, I guess, and the theta's down to 7 on this. Yeah, with theta down to 7. See that? Probably no need to hold it. Right? Let's go another day. Probably no need to hold it. You don't want a chance going over here. But you know what? I don't have to do it today. I can watch it. But I don't have to close those 6 either. But the cool thing is, what's the cool thing is that this worked, y'all. It absolutely worked. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Our little program of putting somebody in timeout and trying to take care of them. I mean, it worked. So now that's got a 13%. Oh my gosh, look at that bid-ask spread on that. Look at that. That is crazy, isn't it? So it's got, there's my 6 positions, right? I could, you know, so say you want to take risk off. You could close 1 or 2 of them. Okay, close the door. Just take a little off the top. Nat in the mids, 1175. Let's take 2 of them off. I don't even know if I need to do that. I need Stacy to log in and tell me something. Stacy, are you still here? Did we lose Stacy? Stacy may have dropped off. We was talking about her somewhere. Stacy. I mean, Ed, what would you do here?
Sorry, Bob, I'm in the middle of doing another trade, sorry.
That's okay. What would you do here, Ed? Would you take off any of these? I mean, I don't know. It just, here's where we are. I mean, I don't want to, have excessive risk if we get a huge down move, but look at that. The delta's 13%, so I got a 26% probability of being touched. I don't know,
Leave it alone.
I'm gonna leave it. Do y'all see the new Bobby coming out? And it's great. It's great. My metrics are fine. I put on a hedge. I mean, you look at this stuff and you go, we've already turned a problem child into a $400 winner, y'all. But it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Now, if y'all ain't excited about this, I don't know what's happening. All right. So make sure if you get the spreadsheet, all Ninja Nerds gets it, right? All Ninja Nerds are not Ninja Nerds, not all Muscadine Mafia is getting this name to play with. Then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to release it to the Hello Ladies. Then in a couple more weeks, we'll release it to the Ninja Nerds. All right. So if you have a Mac and you need a Google Sheet version, I can accommodate that, man. I got that figured out. All right. Anyone got any questions? This is the best thing since sliced bread to me. I mean, taking these things closer to the close. Do I have risk? Absolutely, I have risk. Did I put on another hedge today? Yeah, I put on a hedge today. Are my Greeks and ratios perfectly in line? Yeah. No need for me to even panic with those 6 naked puts at 4 days out. Maybe I'll take one off here later on. If I do, I'll post it. But I'll just kind of watch the market, not worry about it that much, and start taking these off, peeling them off, and just going closer to expiration. All right, who's got any questions about anything? Anybody? Y'all excited? Never can tell if y'all are excited. Bill, you excited? If Bill's excited, I'm excited. Robbie, Wayne, got Bill, Inez. Yep, Bill's excited. All right, so I'm excited too. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day. We will have a, you was excited about the music this morning. That was good. So y'all, we will have a Muscadine Mafia and a Hello Ladies session later this week. It's probably going to be Thursday. Okay, we won't do it today. So y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.